Hi guys, I thought I'd do a quick video showing a few of the Windows 8 features that I didn't touch on when I installed it in my previous video. Before I do that, I just wanted to make a quick info for some guys. I've seen a few YouTube videos in the past few days, most notably from a guy called Man TV, who's I'm subscribed to, his good channel, and he's got like 15,000 subs, and he did a Windows 8 features video a couple of days ago, but it was kind of not very good. Not because he's not good, but because he couldn't click on any of the icons. He said it was because it was like glitchy. It's not his fault, but basically the reason that it doesn't actually work is because when it starts up, the resolution is too low for you to use the user interface that, he's talking about, the Metro user interface with the apps. You actually have to use at least a resolution of 1024 by 768. So that's why he couldn't actually use it, if anyone was wondering. So I'll show you how to change the resolution if you don't know how. So I've just started it up. It actually loads quite quickly, seeing as I've only devoted like a quarter or a half of my PC's resources to it. It still loads very quickly. So the first thing that you'll notice about Windows 8 once it starts up is it's got like a new lock screen. So I think Microsoft envisages that quite a few people will have Windows 8 on their tablet, so you'll be able to flick this screen up. So obviously I can't do that, I've only got a mouse, so I'll just use my mouse to flick it up. And then when you first use it, you have to input your mail or MSN, whatever you want to call it, email address, because then it can like, make it a bit more relevant for you. Like it's got in my picture on MSN, it's like updated that straight away, which is kind of cool. So if you go through a few of the features, well, first of all, I'll show you actually how to change the resolution. Go on desktop. I don't know if you saw me do that; it was a bit too quick. Go on the desktop one, which is down here. Right click and screen resolution. So when they're saying, I can't go on it because it's glitchy, it's not glitchy, it's just because it's Windows' fault really. They've set the resolution too low, for you to actually use it properly. So it needs to be at least 1024 by 768, but I decided on 1152 by 864 because it's like just in between. It's like got a good compromise between space on my actual computer and good enough to read space on here. So that's the resolution I choose. So if we go through a few of the features, you've got Internet Explorer. I'm not sure if this is Internet Explorer 9 or maybe an alpha build of Internet Explorer 10, whatever it is. It's extremely fast. It doesn't have Flash, so I'd love to compare this to Chrome or something like some of my previous videos, but I can't because it's going to be unfair on Chrome and that, who have to load Flash, which is like really memory intensive. So it's basically completely been redesigned. It's much more simplistic. I think that's like an overarching theme. Windows 8 is much more simplistic and user friendly. There's not many buttons at all. You've got like your pinned, which is websites that I've bookmarked. So I've bookmarked BBC and YouTube, and that you put on your Windows 8 homepage. And these are the websites I go on frequently, like Bike Radar, YouTube, and that. And you just click on those when you want to get there quickly. So if I go on like Bike Radar, you can see how quickly it loads. That was pretty darn quick. So obviously it's got the URL bar at the bottom, but apart from that, it's a very good browser so far. So that's the first bit. Paint Play is like a Paint for Windows 8. I've been mucking around a bit if I start a new one, because I've only actually had Windows 7 as basically as long as I've been using YouTube, which is like creating YouTube videos, which is like since July. It's like 2-3 months. And I started on Windows XP, and when I looked at the Paint on Windows 7, I was amazed just how professional it looks and how cool it looks and how amazing compared to Windows XP this program is. So obviously this is a bit of a disappointment on Windows 8 because it hasn't got nearly as many different brush things going on. You can change up the brush type and the depth and the width and stuff like that, but it's not really as good as the Windows 7 program, I don't think. Hopefully it will change, or maybe this isn't actually the official Paint. This is just like a silly program to play around with, but hopefully it will change. It's a bit laggy as well, but again, this is like a pre-alpha build, so I'm not really that fussed. So that's like Paint. So then the next one, which we go on Tweet. Tweeterama is basically Twitter, and Socialite is basically Facebook. So you link up those ones, and then it will basically be like this here, in that it will have like real-time updates. So this is basically stocks. It's only got American stock markets, the Dow and the Nasdaq and the MSFT going on. You can change it, have like a few graph indicators here. So if we look at month, we can see. So that's kind of good indicators. Got some information as well, some news. And obviously the store doesn't work, by the way. Don't bother clicking on it. It just says it's not available right now. Control panel, it goes back to like you can change all your devices, change the share delete the history, got apps and stuff if you want to show them in the search pane or something like that. So that's kind of cool. And then if you go on, for example, Windows Explorer, it goes back to the Windows 7 like desktop, and you change, you choose all your different stuff going on. So that's that. That's it really. I think I showed you whether yesterday when I was installing Windows 8. Basically, you can add your city if you right click and press add city and then type in your city. So I live quite near London, so I did London. So it's actually kind of like it is sunny, but it's not as strong as this visual indicator says. But it's kind of cool to have like a visual indicator in like your Fahrenheit and what it feels like, and like obviously the forecast for tomorrow and that. That's cool. So yeah, that's a really quick overview of the Windows 8 features that you can have on here. There's like news and stuff as well, and loads of apps that you can probably obviously get more from the store. So that's a really quick overview. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment and subscribe.